Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women.
Okay, so she said that she take care of many women that can get pregnant. But when it comes to can a man get pregnant, why is that such a hard question? And she's a doctor. I'm not. Why is that? Why is that political? Why can't you just answer a simple question? I don't understand.
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes, no question.
And he clarified it for her. He said biological men. It's not like he said different identities, whatever you want to do. He said specifically biological men. He's not talking about whatever you identify of as. He's stating biological men. Can biological men get pregnant? And she refused to answer the question.
Questions like this are a political tool. And
no, yes, no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence. And I'm asking you, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
with
No, I'm not conflating male and female.
She should definitely lose her license for this. Honestly, I don't know what medical school she went to. What I need to look her up because I don't know what she was taught in biology classes. It's not a hard question. Can men get pregnant? And the answer is no. Why is that political? It's crazy.
No, they're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you.
And you wonder why our healthcare is just is becoming one of the worst around the world as far as preventative care. But as far as like surgery and stuff, we have some of the top doctors, top surgeons, but everything else is just prescription based. It's just, here, you coming for a symptom, here, take this pill, take that pill. And when you have these type of doctors out there and they're claiming to be doctor and cannot answer a simple question because they are being funded by certain agendas and certain political parties, that they could literally lose their license for not going with the status quo. of whatever state they're in, whatever agenda they're pushing. And deep down inside, they know this, it's wrong, but at the same time, they take the check every time.
That is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men.
It also,
We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged. And yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't.
No, you're not. You're not there to represent the complex experiences of your patient. You're there to be objective as a doctor. If a patient come in to the office and says, "Hey, I feel like a bird. I want to go to the 10th floor and fly off the building," you're not going to say, "You know what? You identify as a bird, and I think that's a wonderful thing." No, you're going to either try to get this person help and tell them, like, "Listen, you cannot fly." So I don't get it. It's not. You're not there to represent your patients. You're there to be a doctor and grounded in a science. Why is this so hard?
don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women. And I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing. That is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for being here. Thank you for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science.
Ms. Verma, can men get pregnant?
Dr. Verma, I just want to make sure we're all
Dr. Verma,
addressing.
Oh, she wanted to be corrected because she went to medical school. She's a doctor, so she wants her title. She wants her to address her with her title. So she corrected her. Let me show you guys. Let's run it
can
back.
men get pregnant?
Dr. Verma,
Yes.
I just want to make sure we're all
Dr. Verma,
addressing
can
each
men
other.
get pregnant? As a doctor, give me your opinion. As a doctor, can men get pregnant?
I mean,
I'll move on to the next one. Is doctor, can men get pregnant?
No,
I know you're a lawyer, an AG, like I was an AG. Can men get pregnant?
no,
Is there any reason why men should get their hands on the abortion drug?
none.
And are they getting their hands on an abortion drugs?
They are.
And are they getting them through the mail across?
You know, if you would have told me when I was a kid, and when I was maybe 10 or 15, that we would be having these type of conversation, like, I would tell you, no way in hell I've always said it's like watching a episode of The Twilight Zone. You would have told me this 20, 30 years ago, like this would be the conversation in America for some parts of the country, and people are pushing this agenda, I would say people are not that stupid.